Welcome back to another edition of Ringside Chats. Today, I have an extremely special guest. He'll be competing actually tomorrow night, so this will be released after the fact. We'll see if he advances. He's currently in the Texas Contenders Championship Tournament, a championship the first of its kind, and you'll be facing Justin Walker, the Hellhound.
Yes, sir.
It's Jus Nic. It's
Yes,
Jus Nic.
sir. You already know, man. Big dog from Pensacola, Florida, man. I'm actually not from Florida. I'm from
You're from Are you from Houston?
Yes, sir. Humble, Texas, to be exact.
Oh, humble. So the hometown boy, you get the hometown crowd reaction. We love it.
Yes, sir. Loves it, man. Freaking Booker T is running in at the Humble Civic Center. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. I got to wrestle that day.
Oh, you'll be at Wrestle Rave, correct?
I'll be at DZW that day.
Oh,
Father O'Day.
oh. Well, at least we know this man is getting booked. He's everywhere right now.
I appreciate you.
Of course, of course. What can you tell me about this matchup against Justin Walker? How do you feel going into it? Because you and Shimbashi last Texas Contender Series took down Shawn Hendricks and Justin Walker. Justin Walker may have choked him as tag team partner, but we won't mention that.
Man, I really was looking out for Shimbashi because man, he powered through some beat downs, and then, I got in, I did what I could, but the turning point for that match, I'd say, was definitely when Shawn Hendricks act like Shawn Hendricks, but yeah, man, Hellhound has been on a rampage lately, and man, ever since he turned on his dad, man, I've been wanting this one-on-one confrontation for a long time. So it's gonna be a war, man. I've been working out, hurt my hand, but I'm back already, and he better be ready. So I'm coming in with that fire. Coming with that fire tomorrow.
You know, comparatively in the bracket, you are of a smaller stature compared to the wrestling, but they cannot match your intensity. You're on a next level when you get out there. The crowd is so hyped behind you. And I have no doubt in my mind that you'll have no trouble taking down Justin Walker and that you, Jus Nic, will be in the finals
Yes,
of the Texas Contender Series tournament.
yes, sir. I'm trying, man. I want that booking, man.
Yeah, Shawn Hendricks, 10 years in the game. Shimbashi, personally, I wouldn't mind either or, man. I'm ready for either or, man. That Texas Contender Series title is the biggest prize in Houston besides the new Texas Pro title. So,
Definitely. It's the newest title on the block.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is, man.
And you haven't been in the business for the longest time. If I remember correctly, it's only been about like 3 years in the game.
No, sir. I started wrestling December 24th, 2020 was my first day. And 4 months later, they were like, "Oh, we're putting you in a match." And I was like, "What?" Yeah, in April. Like literally like starting in December, and then my first match was in April. And then after that, I just started wrestling to I'd say 2 years later, this is where I landed. I'd say
Holy.
Yeah, well, I went to practice every day, so that was my cheat code.
So would you say it's fair to say that you were progressing really fast during practice and things like that, where they saw this is a guy who can work?
Yeah, it was that, and I was consistent. I kept improving. I also went to a lot of seminars too. My first seminar was Tessa Blanchard and Daga, and that one where I really like kind of got introduced to what professional wrestling seminars and stuff like that, and you kind of have to like look for what you're like how can I put this? You kind of have to know what you're looking for if you're going to a seminar, and there I was just trying to get looked at. I thought I was gonna get signed to Impact or something. But nah. I just went there because I was really like, they said, "Hey man, this would be a great opportunity to meet some names and see how they roll, see how they do their thing." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And ever since then, been going to more and more seminars. I used to train at Live Action Wrestling, and then I moved to Premier Houston Arena, That's where JJ Blake, Kiefer, Bulldog Jr., Bulldog Jr., Bulldog Senior, I'd say, all train us. And I'd say since I moved there, my career has gone up. No offense to Law, they're the guys who started me out, but I just wanted to venture out more and try to, give my. I wanted to get better. That was my main thing. I wanted to get better. So they helped me achieve that. So I appreciate. I'm grateful for them for that. All of that.
That's really cool how in less than like 2 years you're training here in Houston Premier Arena with Kiefer Bartek, JJ Blake, and Kiefer, who's the promoter. He sees the talent you have and wants to put you in this bracket for the new Texas Contender Series Championship.
Yes.
What does that kind of mean to you when a promoter just sees, like, in such little time, like, this is a guy I want to roll with, and I'm gonna put you in one of the biggest spotlights we have in this really new kind of promotion that is Texas Contender Series?
Yeah. Well, I'll say, man, I'm really grateful, but I also earned that. There was no handouts. There was no, oh, I just showed up and, I did a little practice here. I mean, I'll be honest, man, I was working overnight at UPS last year from October all the way until maybe February. And I was doing double duty, going to practice, then shoot off to go to work, and then come back home and just run that same little process again. And I still fit practice in there, but I think it was that. And I also kept improving, but I also kept seeking out answers, going to seminar. I'd say the seminar that I'm going really fast. And let me Whew. But I'd say the seminar that really changed my perspective, because I went to a lot of seminars. And it was the Mike Speedball Bailey seminar. And if anyone sees this interview, and man, you could be around the world. If you see a Mike Speedball seminar, please go. Please go. He is going to help you elevate your game, man. And he elevated my game. Grateful for that. Grateful for Kiefer. I had wrestled him, and I went to freaking Love Street that night. I still watch it back and be like, oh my God, I'm still in. I'm still in it. And he was really impressed that I kept going, kept getting better after all of that. And I got a lot more eyes on me after that too. Maybe not in the best way, but I'd say that every time people see me wrestle, I've impressed them enough to be like, oh, you're not just some daredevil, jumping over the top ropes, doing flips and stuff like that. So I'm really grateful for them seeing that in me, but I like I said before, I earned it. And yeah.
Yeah, like you mentioned, when people watch you, they get kind of surprised, like, oh wow, this is really amazing. And to mention on that, maybe like a week or two ago, PWF Anarchy was hosted at the Premier Arena, and obviously we ran into each other. And dude, I didn't get to tell you after the show, but that main event was one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen in my life. Like, I was genuinely like, it's very rare for me to go to a wrestling show and literally start jumping up and down. I was just so hyped the whole time because I didn't know where to look. I see T-Ray throwing Chris Carter into chairs.
Right.
I see Kenny Calypso flying over the top rope, and then I see you on the outside ask the crowd, y'all want to see something crazy? I'm like, all right, and then just hits this beautiful limp headbutt. When did the headbutt kind of come into the moveset for you? Because I see you pulling it off every now and then.
Oh man, you know who Maya Ito is?
The Japanese star, right?
Yes, man. Yes, sir. She was like, I had first seen her, and I was like, man, I want to do that. That looks fun, And I remember one time my trainers were just like, hey, what you want to do? And I was like, man, I want to do this headbutt. You think it'd be good? And I was like, do it. And they were like, bro, that was perfect. You should do that. And ever since then, man, shout out to UPW. They were one of the first promotions to give me a chance. And man, I did my headbutts there one time, and bro, I almost did like 20. 20. I was like, yo, we got chill. And he was like, nah, keep going. We were like, oh my God. The ref was like, keep going. You got him, kid. Shout out to Hambo. Shout out to Hambo, man.
Yeah, that move is insane, and like I said, one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. It really makes me love indie wrestling even more, you know, because I've only been going to about indie wrestling shows for maybe about a month or two.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I didn't know like how much fun it would be, you know, because it's not just a wrestling show; it's almost like a community, and especially like the Premier Arena. It's very small. Not every time you go, you see the same people, you know.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love that everyone there knows everyone.
Yeah.
And it's really lovely, you know, when guys like you come out, when guys like Shimbashi comes out.
Yeah.
The cheering is crazy.
Shimbashi.
When guys like the 8th Day come out, the boos are they're heavy.
Man, they were starting to get cheered sometime. I'm like, hey man, y'all trying to steal my thunder. Nah, I don't know about all that, you know.
But you were talking about being influenced by the Japanese style. Is Japanese wrestling something you've been into for a long time?
I personally got introduced to it probably around the 2010s era. Like maybe 2015, 14-ish was when I first started watching it. But besides that, I was all WWE, man. I was a WWE guy for life. I watched, but I loved TNA. I'm super into TNA. Like, dude, I've met so many Impact stars, and I feel like there's a part of me that needs to go to Impact, you know, since I met so many. But oh gosh, what were we talking? What was the question again? I got sidetracked.
Japanese wrestling. No, but I love that. I love that because, funny enough, I just finished up a conversation with Prince Alexander, and he was saying something really similar in that he's like, if any company was assigned me, I wanted to be Impact Wrestling. And I was like, I don't really hear that too often. And hearing you say that, what was so special about TNA that gripped you?
Oh man,
it was an awesome time in wrestling that's super underappreciated.
I'd say two things. When I was younger, in that 2005, 6, 7, 8, you know, those years, man, it was so amazing. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Motor City Machine Guns, freaking oh man, what was Hernandez's group and Homicide and all them? Dang, they were incredible.
Like LA.
Yeah, LAX. Well, dude, they were incredible. I was really like to see like WWE and then Impact. Just the difference between it was a great alternative to see Impact Wrestling, but it was after all of that is when I watched the old NWA TNA. Dude, I just found out about it like in 2020. And it was, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. And I got to wrestle David Young, which was also incredible. And he was on NWA, TNA, and TNA. So
where did you wrestle David Young?
When did I? Wrestle Rave, actually.
Wow.
Wrestle Rave. Kenny's Tiki Mania. That was the one I wrestled David Young on. It was a great time. Probably one of the best matches I've ever had this year so far. Yeah,
that's incredible. NWA TNA was really something special to see guys like Ron Killings, Jeff Jarrett, Samoa Joe. You know, it was crazy. It really felt like the alternate. Like you didn't really know where to look for wrestling outside WWE.
Yep.
When NWA TNA popped up, I was like, oh crap.
Yeah,
I remember being a kid and being turned on to TNA because Kurt Angle got signed.
Yeah, bro. I was on it before he got signed, so seeing him on there, I was like,
yeah, I can't even imagine.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah. Park Angle is different.
Did you watch Wrestling Society X?
A little bit. I was pretty young.
Bro, we used to call that wrestling society ass on purpose, like just to be funny. Like one of my cousins who didn't like wrestling, he hit us with, "What y'all watching? Wrestling society ass." Give us a load, you know. So, but
Just hating.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But how did that interest in wrestling for you even generate when you're watching even before TNA, before Japan, WWE? How did that interest come along for you?
Actually, my grandpa, God rest his soul, he watched WCW, NWA. He watched all of that. So like when I was born in '95, and I was growing up around him and stuff, he would call out the wrestlers by their real name, like, "Oh, that's Dusty Rhodes." Like, "Oh, that's Dustin Rhodes." Like, "Oh, you don't know who that is, huh?" "Oh, that's oh, that's Booker T." "You don't know Booker T, man." I always used to be like, "Whoa, okay." And then WCW went away, and we watched WWF and WWE, and I think my grandpa passed away, and I was like, man, I'm about to start watching wrestling in his honor, blah, blah, blah. And then after a while, man, I was watching it so much that I was like, bro, I want to do this. Like when I was a kid, I want to do this. But I think I got into like middle school, high school. I was like, nah, I want to be a music artist. I want to rap. I'd rather do it for free now. But I'd say what really got me was the Young Bucks book. I read Killing the Business. I don't got it on right now, but I was working at UPS actually the first time back in 2020-ish. Yeah. And I remember I was listening to it and I was like, whoa, I want to be a wrestler. I want to be a wrestler. I remember when they let me go because I was seasonal, they were like, man, you should do wrestling, bro. All I see you listening to is wrestling stuff. Dude. And literally, like, I went and became a wrestler. And also, I got baptized. And that was another one, too, that got me really into wrestling, too. So that's why if you ever see on my Instagram, it says born again, it's because I got baptized and born again. So.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
On your Instagram, it also says your username. And correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Is it you're gonna have to say for me.
I got you. It's Dotar Soja.
Is that John Carter?
Yeah.
Captain John Carter from Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Love that. Dude. That is like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's probably my favorite Disney movie ever.
Yeah, because I was like, I kept looking up Jus Nic on Instagram. I was like, where is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. When did you first see that movie?
John Carter, when it came out, 2012. Yeah. My dad was like, man, this movie looks cool. Y'all want to go see it? And it was like, screw it. This was when we were doing like every like Sunday we'd go out and go watch a movie and stuff. And nice. So what happened was the only reason we stopped is because my dad's job took over and he started going out of the country and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, So I watched it for the first time and I thought it was incredible, but it wasn't until my dad bought it on Blu-ray and I was like, bro, oh my goodness. So I have the soundtrack. I'm a huge film score guy. So yeah, I listen to John Carter music probably every month. Somewhere around there because I can't get enough of it.
That's great. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's a super big fan of that. That's so cool. No, because I remember watching it. I'm like, this is cool, but everyone I told about it, like they never really seen it. So I was like, oh, okay.
Or hated it.
A lot of people hate it. A lot of people hate it. Did you read like the comic books as well or the books?
I had a brief touch up on it on like YouTube, but I didn't get far. So I just was like, I think the movie's good enough. It's in the public domain. I can make John Carter books now. That's all me, man.
It's all you. Damn, we got really off track from wrestling. My bad.
Well, no, we're talking about it's cool.
Yeah, everything to do with Jus Nic. That's
pretty much. I mean, it all ties into me. Like when people ask me, like, "Oh, why do you do the big knee?" I was like, "Bro, you know I do the big knee. Triple H, man.
Exactly.
SmackDown versus Raw, dude. Like that's the only
And
reason I do it.
do you see any like influence from John Carter going into maybe your character work in the future, or any of your wrestling persona now?
I tried to get the emblem made like that, but it was a little difficult to do that with my gear designer. So I just stuck with an easy design. Maybe one day. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not gonna do full like get up just John Carter with the sword and now just give me a little some and we're good, like, you know, or give me the thing, you know. But nah, not really. I would really like to get the name over Dotar Sojat, get people to cheer like they did in the movie. And if I can get that, I'd be like, man, I did it. Like I did it. So that's pretty much one of my objectives.
All right. Well, I'll try to start that chant tomorrow at Contender Series. See if we get it going. Come on, guys.
Come on, you seen it? You seen the movie, right? No, I hated that movie, man. I'm like, oh, come on.
But you said you do. One of the moves you incorporate is the Triple H running high knee. Mm-hmm. And as you see, I'm wearing that Triple H shirt right now.
Ooh.
My favorite wrestler of all time.
Oh, really? Same here.
He's the game, you know? He's the king of kings. I think Triple H is the most consistent character in wrestling history, because whether he's face or a heel, his motives are pretty much the same. He's a man who wants to be at the very top and will do anything to get there. I just love it, and obviously one of the best physiques in all of wrestling. If
I know, right?
About that. Yeah,
what about Hulk Hogan? What about Hulk Hogan, man? Come on.
2002 Triple H though, when he returned from injury.
Yeah,
that man was he was a boxer,
bro, with the jean jacket and everything, bro. He was juice.
He had that like Guitar Hero 3 preset build.
Yeah. Don't get me started on Guitar Hero 3. Because we was like, man, the lead singer from Guitar Hero 3 is like the greatest singer of all time.
I love those edits where it's like Nico Bellic from GTA 4 is the lead singer and Master Chief from Halo on the drums.
Oh, what? You guys see that? That's nuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you after the podcast.
That's nuts.
But I mentioned Triple H because I was wondering. I was gonna ask you, who are the wrestlers who kind of influenced you growing up and to the wrestling style you have now? Obviously, Triple H seems to be one of them. Who are some other wrestlers that you kind of take from when you incorporate into your style?
I would say I like Hulk Hogan. I know with all this controversy and everything, but before I even knew about that, when I was a little kid and watching him go, like, that's why you see me do the freaking, I was like, I really only did that because of him, because I was like, man, you were such a huge inspiration in my life. Like when I was a kid, you know, everybody, when I was in elementary school, I didn't care that people used to make fun of me and watch wrestling. What they watch, huh? They watch NFL. What? Watch Michael Vick break 3,000 tackles. So what? So, no offense. But Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold later. I'd say Stunning Steve Austin, actually. That's the one I've been watching lately. John Moxley. Dean Ambrose, really. It's funny because I have one of his shirts and I wanted to do a tope so bad when I first started. And I wore his shirt and I was like, man, I'm doing it just like Dean Ambrose. And he do it so perfectly. And, but I'd say two that I was really like, who really pushed me. Like, if it wasn't for these two, I probably wouldn't have figured out about the Young Bucks and then have that, okay, I'm going to go join wrestling. And it would be CM Punk when he left in 2014 and Danielson when he got injured. And watching all that back, I was like, whoa, this guy is 5'6", 5'7", and he just made it, like, you know, at the top. Like, I was like, maybe I can do it. Like, but then I listen to the Young Bucks and I was like, nah, dude, most definitely can do it. And I know I do the buckshot from Adam Hangman Page, but I only do it because it looked really nice and
Looks awesome.
And everybody, Brian Keith told me, he was like, "Hey man, you got to do the buckshot because I've seen people break their legs doing it." I was like, "Well, I guess I'll do them." I guess I'll do it. Only Chris Jericho, of course. Chris Jericho. Shout out to Chris Jericho.
Man, there's so many great talents you just named. And man, that buckshot Larry is crazy. Yeah, you mentioned Brian Keith, man. Yeah,
what's up? Before I go, I want to say a big shout out to Brody Lee, bro. Brody Lee, bro. I literally was driving. I broke down in my car driving, and that's why I do the discus Larry. I remember the first time I did it right, and it's like pow, like explosion, and I was like, whoa. I remember as soon as I got to the back, people were like, dude, that discus clothesline, bro, that's you. And I was like, okay. So Brody Lee, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. We miss you down here, but we gonna see you soon, Dick. Oh, I don't want to say soon. I want to say soon.
Just wait on it.
Hold on. Wait on it. We got things to do. We gonna see you, but not soon. We gonna see you, but not soon.
We got championships to win.
Yeah, we got things to do. We got things to do, dude.
Yeah, it's so cool hearing how so much of like you can kind of pick and pluck from different superstars, the things you like about them, and at the end of the day, all of it combined is Jus Nic, right?
Yeah.
Like you are this amalgamation of everything that you love growing up and watching on TV, and you kind of formed it into your own style. That's so cool. And even getting into wrestling, you said you read the Young Bucks book, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna become a wrestler. You got baptized, like I'm gonna do this. It's a big investment, time-wise, money-wise, and indie wrestling is not known for being the most rewarding financially, right?
Yeah.
It's a big commitment. How were you, when you had to make that decision? What was the emotions like?
So it was the pandemic, and really no one could do anything. So it was like probably rolling towards the like where people can come out and stuff like that. And the person who brought me in was Stevie Hendricks, if you ever know him.
Yeah,
I went to high school with him actually, and he was just like, hey bro, if you want to start wrestling, just come through. We got a place for you to train. And I was like, oh, okay. I had just left UPS, and I was still working at my other job. I'd say a career path because I had opened a store with one of my friends and 2 studios and stuff. So I was already kind of financially okay at that point because I was working through them. But it got to a point where like wrestling became such a like, hey, I'm working this day. Hey, I'm wrestling this day. Hey, I'm wrestling Thursdays now. Hey, I'm wrestling. And he's like, I don't want to hold you back. I need you to go out there and be you, And ever since then, I've been just, I've been working at, if anyone really wants to know, I work at Kroger. And I love it, man. Kroger's pretty cool. And I've been working there. And has it been hard? Yeah. But it's life,
Man, I used to be an HEB partner, so you're technically the op. So
no, I work through a third party. We ain't no ops.
No, we play.
I'm the middleman. I don't do nothing.
Yeah, no.
I'm the middleman.
No, man. I've literally when I watched you wrestled, I watched you also at Contender Series 20 and PWF Anarchy. You always impress me. I always feel like I'm gonna get a good match with you, and you always just take my expectation and raise it. So I'm like super excited to come see you at tomorrow for your match against Justin Walker. No, I'm legit because on this podcast we really only ask the wrestlers who we really like to be on the show. So I was like super excited to get you on, especially after running into you at BWF.
I appreciate it, man.
No, of course. You talk about your love for TNA and TNA Impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
and you went to the seminar of Tessa Blanchard. You know, you got to
Mhm.
wrestle a couple of TNA wrestlers. What do you think is your gateway into Impact in the future? Because the goal is to eventually get signed, right, from a
Yes, sir.
company.
Mhm.
Yeah. So how do you feel like because Impact is Impact the dream promotion for you?
It's more like how to like my coming out party. Like if you didn't know who Jus Nic was on television, now this is your time to figure out who Jus Nic is. And I think Impact would be a great place, or Pro Wrestling Noah, or I wouldn't mind working for AEW as well, even on like just a contract, just wrestle around. Hey, you're gonna get beat up by this guy. I'm only 2 years in. I'm never really all that hurt about losing. As long as I deliver and do what I'm told, then I'm pretty much okay with what I do. But I feel like I've already worked on that plan. So I took a chance in 2022. I went to Ohio to try out for Impact Wrestling called Gut Check. Have you ever heard of it? And he might want to hold on to that because I will be facing somebody from Gut Check soon in WrestleRay.
Whoa.
But I went to Gut Check in 2022, and the funny thing is, no one from Texas really saw it. I think I seen one guy, Chris Cruz. I don't know you personally, bro, but I've seen you, and you did good, man. You did good, and I just wanted to give you a shout out, Chris Cruz. He's a heartthrob nurse, so. I saw you out there, bro. I didn't know you personally enough to be like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm Nicholas. I'm from Texas. Like, that's not enough to know someone. So, I went there, took a chance. I did okay, but not enough to impress them, which was okay. But I got to meet Lance Storm. I got to meet Johnny Bravo and a couple other guys that were cool that I'm still cool to this day. And ever since then, I've been running into Impact guy here, Impact guy there, and I eventually feel like I should just show up where all of them are in the same place, and they'd be like, "Hey, you know this guy? This guy wrestled this guy. He wrestled this guy. You might want to give him a chance." So I think my plan's working out kind of good, but
Yeah.
I'm still kind of going along and seeing what happens. But so far, that's cool. I think it's going pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so. How'd you hear about Gut Check and the tryout itself?
I was on Twitter one day and I was already following Impact, and they were like, "Gut Check coming to Ohio." But I was like, "Whoa!" "Whoa! How am I gonna pay this?" And lo and behold, actually, I told my family and friends, and they all helped me out get there. Actually, like they all was just like, "You know what? This could be your moment to get signed. We think you're doing pretty good. Let's get you out to Ohio." And yeah, I did good, but I think they were really proud of me for taking a chance. And I would suggest anyone out there, if there's a tryout for any WWE Impact and for sure it's something, I would go. I would go try out, especially if you feel like you're good enough.
Did you get any feedback from your performance at Gut Check? Anyone kind of tell you, "Hey, you're great, but these are some things that you can work on"?
At that time, I was only like 8 to 9, 10 months in, so I still have, and still to this day have a lot to learn. But Lance Storm had told me, like, be basic. Be basic. We've seen so much, but just be more basic. You don't need to do all this the flippity do ultimate stuff. It was like, go slow. And he was like, "How long you been wrestling?" And I told him, and he was like, "You're fine. Just take your time, bro." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna listen to Lance Storm."
Yeah. I can't wait to hear about the next time Lance Storm is going to see you try out
I
and
know,
maybe
right?
and the progress you've made. That's amazing.
I would love
Ooh.
for him to see that. I would love that. I would love to see that.
So wrestling in Texas Contender Series, New Texas, PWF.
Mm-hmm.
Do you kind of just try to find any booking opportunity available and just wrestle as much as you can to get as much exposure as possible? or are you a little bit more selective? Do you just try to stay closer to the area? What's kind of your strategy when it comes to getting out the Just Nick character?
So, mainly I'm not necessarily picky. It depends, but I'll start it from the beginning. When I was at live action wrestling, my second match was at Houston Premier Arena. And then I was there for so long, dude. I was at Houston Premier Arena, like wrestling for this lucha company called Coliseo every Sunday from like 2021 to mid 2022 ish, like maybe to like yeah, that sounds about right. And at first, I didn't really go out like that and further than Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. I didn't really go out until like probably maybe later that year in December. And I started out with Law, and then I went to UPW, DZW, and Katy, and then I got on Contenders, right? And when I got on Contenders, the booker for PWF came and talked to me and was like, "Hey man, you're pretty good. Do you want to wrestle this Saturday?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." And lo and behold, the person I wrestled was Rudy Garza. That was my first person I wrestled on PWF, Rudy Garza. And I've been wanting that run back since day one, dog. Day one.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I just went straight up. When I went straight up, I tried breaking out in Dallas, the MPX. Anyway, I tried breaking out in Dallas and MPX. They were more like, let's get some more gear on you, get more season, and we'll come back to us. Every time I came back, I did better, and I was really grateful for that. But San Antonio, that's Hybrid School of Wrestling's area, and shout out to them. And I don't want to step on no toes. That's y'all's. That's y'all's, man. I don't want to step on no toes, man. Man, y'all got San Antonio, dog. I just, if y'all want to bring me in, I'm grateful. Thank you. But Austin is the place that has been really open arms for me right now. They have been just, hey, come on in. We want you in here. And so I'd say right now, San Antonio and Dallas and Houston are pretty much my mainstays right now. And I'd say Houston and Austin, since I've been rolling in Austin more. So I'm trying to get into Dallas more a little bit, but we're going to see. I'm going to be in Dallas next week and the week after that, actually. So.
Oh, nice. What promotions will you be wrestling for in Dallas?
For next Friday, I think it's Lone Star Pro Wrestling, and they're partnered with HOT and King of Sports, and they're running a big coming to get collaborative wrestling show. So it'll be multiple titles defended from different companies that'll be on there, and it's hosted by Marcus Rose. That boy don't like me right now. But don't worry about it. Next time I see you, you'll figure it out. But
got a little heat, but we'll figure out.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, I know. Up Lone Star, I think, and HOT. I think I've seen Moonshine Mantell wrestle up there a bit. Or maybe that's TASW. But anyway, Rudy Garza, that match, I want to see you guys running back for that Lone Star.
Oh yeah, yeah. You ain't the only one, dog. I've been howling in Kiefer's ear. He's like, bro, we're in the tournament. And I'm like, yeah,
I know.
Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
He's got the television championship in Raw. He got the Lone Star championship. He can let one go.
No, man. He's busy, bro. He's busy. So, and he got that big 7-foot monster with him now. So I need to get an army now. Jeez, Louise.
You got Bo Amir and Dan Miller. Like, what can you do with those men by his side?
Dan cost me the match with me and Rudy, so it's all right. It's all good.
It's okay. When you do run it back, hopefully the results will be different. But I wanted to ask you, from someone who's not in the wrestling business, how would you explain to them what it's like to talk to a booker and get yourself on a show? What are the communications like? Like, how do you reach out to them? Do they reach out to you? What's it usually like? I know you just kind of went a little bit in depth on that, but if you could explain a little bit.
From my experience, what I do is, so say it's a show that I'm not on, right? And I'm not booked that week or whatever. I usually tag along with guys that are, going somewhere what I would like to be on and stuff. So I would tag along with them, and they'll, in the beginning of the show, you shake everybody's hand, say hello, da da da, and you meet everyone. So, and then your friend, my trainers introduced me to the booker, the promoter, like, hey, this is Nick. I train him. He's pretty good. He has his gear. If you need him to do anything, da 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 da. If he does camera, if you need to do cameras, you need to do something, ref, hold up a sign or something, give water bottles, something. Be a service to wrestling promotion. That will get you looked at of helping tear down and setting up the ring. That's another one. I'm not gonna say that I do it every time. Sometimes I leave, but I still, if I can, I definitely will stay, tear down, help set up. And yeah, if you make yourself a serviceable person than just, hey, I just want to wrestle and get paid and I just want to do this. Like, no, we need people that's really down for the cause for professional wrestling, as in tearing down a ring, help set up the chairs, help, clean up and get, like, especially after show, bro, after contenders, dude, we clean all of that up, dude. We clean all of that up. So, yeah, and if you do get the opportunity, to wrestle, and just be ready to do your stuff, go out there and show your character and do your thing. If they want you, cool. If they don't, go back, work on it, watch what you need to work on. Another thing is, go ask them after your match. Ask them, hey, how'd I do? What do you have for it? What do you think? Stuff like that. And yeah, that's been things that's been helping me out a lot in wrestling, I'd say.
Wow. So it's very much a networking situation, trying to get out there as much as possible, get your name known, and being, like you said, of service, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of those you're talking about traveling with either other wrestlers or trainers. I noticed that you and Kenny Calypso have a pretty solid partnership. How
Yes,
did you
sir.
and Kenny meet?
Well, actually, Kenny was there when I first started wrestling, and he taught me how to hit the ropes, like, how you run the ropes and stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was having real big trouble with that at the beginning of my career and was starting out in training. And he came in one day. He was like, "Bro, I got you. I'm gonna show you." And he showed me, and ever since then, I literally was like, "Wow, this guy is great!" Like, and he's been helping me along the way, training every time we see each other and everything. And I remember when he became PWF champion, I was like, whoa, that boy became champ. That's crazy. Not even just PW champion. He was Ascension champion before that. So shout out to Kenny on that, man. And I remember telling him, like, hey, you want to come to the seminar with me? And he wasn't going to seminars at first. And he was like, shoot, let's go. And ever since then, like, we've been, like, close. We talk almost every day, man. I literally just talked to him, I think this morning. Yeah, I just talked to him this morning when we were talking about tag team wrestling and stuff like that. And ever since then, man, we've been pretty close, man. We travel pretty much all the shows together. We try to at least, but if there's ever anything far, me and Kenny are most likely together, or me and Stevie Hendricks and Prince Alexander. Those are the people I usually roll with. So if you ever see me, that's who I'm with.
And you were talking, like, it's interesting to see you right now compete in the singles tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're a great tag team wrestler. What is the differences, in your opinion, with tag team wrestling and singles wrestling? What do you like about tag team wrestling, and what do you kind of prefer as a singles wrestler?
Well, singles wrestling reminds me of like wrestling in high school where it's just you in there. You know, you can have a coach all you want, but it's just you in there. Like there's no one else. And I always like that since it's all on me. You know, this is on me. You know, if I lose, this is on me. If I win, it's on me. You know, it's my fault that I won. Let's go. Like, you know. So, but with tag team wrestling, it's more like now I have a partner to watch out for me, you know, instead of the usual Jus Nic go out by himself, let's go, yes sir, and all that. And I always like having someone watching my back because man, I got attacked so many times in 2021 and contenders, bro. Like I'd win, let's go. I'm like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. I want fair and square, dog. And then Elvidita. I went like 5 matches with this dude. Just like, dude, come on, dog. I just want to win, man. But tag team wrestling is a very special thing. I think FTR was, and the Young Bucks made me realize. I'd say FTR because they were the ones that I watched a lot in NXT. And then the Young Bucks, you know, I found out around the same time as them. And I was like, well, the Young Bucks did a lot of flips and kicks and all this other stuff. FTR was coming up here with them hammers, them ham hocks. And that's what I like. So, but no offense to the Young Bucks. I love their matches, actually. But yeah, I like the style of FTR and Young Bucks. Mostly FTR, I'd say. But yeah, I like someone having a partner and having to watch their back like they watch mine. I think that's pretty cool.
There's a lot of trust required in tag team wrestling, I imagine. And speaking, I just have to ask you this as a member of the Texas Contender Series roster. Speaking of tag teams, the Dream Team, they recently did an unspeakable act on the Wind Dragon Dustin Win. What is your opinion on the Dream Team, Casey Cream and Danny King?
Man, I'll tell you this, them boys haven't showed up to practice since. Because they know since I'd be there all the time, it would be a problem. But Dustin's back. He's fine. I hope, I don't know. He's been sitting out, so. But, man, listen. All I got to say is this ain't my first time seeing them be a little out of pocket. But all I got to say is Danny and Casey, man, you know where to find me, bro. We on the same card this Saturday and this Thursday. So you know what's up. You know, next Saturday is Texas Indie Showcase. And you know you're going to be there. So, you know, all I'm saying, I got an open challenge for both of them. So, you know, it is what it is. You can let them know, you know, everybody think they're tough until they go against the big dog from Pensacola, Florida.
You're pretty busy with the tournament right now, but maybe we can get a Jus Nic and Wind Dragon versus the Dream Team matchup. That would be pretty good.
Look, I'm down, man. I'm so down, man. That's my dog, man. I love Dusty.
Yeah.
Besides him, he's one of the hardest working guys in Texas, man. In the Houston area, he trains just as much as I do, maybe even more. So shout out to Dustin, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Dustin Wynn. He was recently on our podcast, and the actions of the Dream Team really shook him because he really trusted them, like as tag team partners should, and it even brought him to tears. Just the impact of that betrayal, and then guys like the 8th Day just egging it on, saying that finally the Dream Team is cool. Terrible.
We're gonna deal with him soon, but in the meantime, let's worry about this Texas tournament. I'm trying to give me some dogs.
Yes. And since you've started wrestling, you know, I did a little bit of my research on Jus Nic, but I wanted to ask, have you won a championship in wrestling yet? And if you have, what was the feeling like for a promotion to put a belt on you? Because it's a huge deal. It's a great amount of trust. It's a great amount of, you're a guy who can represent this company.
Yeah. No, I actually haven't. I just won medals in wrestling, 3rd and 2nd place. No first, but you know, I can get my 1st place medal here in professional wrestling, and that'll be more than enough. You know, I think one of the coolest things I heard from UFC fighter Dominic
Cruz?
Yeah, I think it's Dominic Cruz, and he had just
Yeah.
won, and then he was just like, man. And they were like, "Hey, you just won a title, and how does it feel?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's good, but all the hard work I did, all the training camps, all the things, it's X, Y, and Z." He was like, "Man, that mattered, and this title right here is just a cherry on top." And I was like, dang. I was like, you know what? That's a different way of seeing it. Like, and so that's why I've been working real hard since day one, like trying to be going to practice all the time and stuff. So hopefully I get that cherry on the top moment. That'd be pretty awesome, man.
Definitely. Oh, we're rooting for you here at Wrestlers to get that cherry on top moment here at Contender Series, and even more so, run it with the Lone Star champion Rudy Garza and take that title too. Going to Reality of Wrestling, taking that television championship too.
Trying to see me on Row, big dog.
We're trying to see you at Row. We're trying to see you at all the promotions. We're trying to see you in Impact. That's what we're trying to see.
Man, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, brother.
Yeah.
I'm trying, man. Don't worry.
Yeah. Texas. People used to say that Texas was kind of the black hole of wrestling, to where a lot of the talent couldn't get out into bigger promotions for a while. After there's a legendary history in Texas wrestling, but then we kind of went to a downslope.
Yeah.
I feel like it's now back on the rise, though, when you see all this immense talent across Texas. Brian Keith, Mysterious Q, Edge Stone. Who are some of the names that you see right now across the indie landscape who are up next?
Man, man, if there is a graduation class of wrestlers like that I've been running into recently in Texas in general, bro, I'd say a lot of us, like a lot of us are on the come up, and that's why I say we instead of just I, because we all helping each other. We're all trying to get a contract. We're all trying to get signed. We're all trying to get the big money thing, and so we can help our family out, or X, Y, and Z. And so, man, yeah, I really believe in this era, this class of wrestlers down here in Texas, because, man, we are on fire right now, man. That's all I got to say, man. If there's any other state that's more on fire than Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin, man, let me know. Let me know, because we on fire right now, man. And I'm grateful we're on this, comeback. And I can only imagine 3 years from now how the wrestling scene could be, So if we keep this ball rolling, I think we'll be in great shape. I think we'll be in great shape.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with you more. Chris Carter, who was your tag team partner at PWF, Anarchy, he just went to Mexico. Yeah, he's doing a little stint in Mexico. Yeah, big ups to Chris Carter. Is there an opponent in Texas that you have not faced that you would love to just get in the ring with and chop it up?
Oh, man. Oh,
name as many as you like.
Oh, all right. Well, I'd like to wrestle Brian Keith for sure. He's one of the guys who actually trained me as well. I like to wrestle Gino Madonna. That he was there when I was 2 to 3 weeks in, like when I first started wrestling. Him and Roxy, I came in, and like they were like, hey, we're just gonna do some rolls. We're not gonna kill you. We're just gonna do some things. And thank God they didn't kill me, because Sonica and Lowrider killed me, dog. Hey, it was Lowrider, bro. He was like, nah, dog, we're about to hit the ropes, squats, push-ups. I'm like, yeah, don't even get me started. But Gino, Ryan Davidson, Mysterious Q, Max Heights, Lil Evil. I would love to wrestle for Vixen again. Danny B, Charity King, the Dream Team, Shimbashi, Mia Friday, MJ Santana, the Mad Prince, Tommy Prince. I'd like to go against Exodus Prime. Prime. I'm missing somebody. Rudy Garza. Gosh, there's so many. BD Brawley, man. I'll tell you guys this.
Yeah.
When I remember just wrestling on Contenders all the time. My turnaround match, the match that made me like, okay, I'm doing something here, is me versus BD Brawley. Shout out to BD Brawley.
Best beard in the business.
Bro, what? I met him at an EC3 seminar. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to EC3, dude. Shout out to EC3, bro. I'd like to go against EC3. Stevie Hendricks, Prince Alexander again. And I'd like to go against Matlock, Bobby Fairweather, man, Chris Raven. Chris Lyons. I just called his real name. Good googly moogly. But
I can edit that out.
He's gonna be all right. You already know I'll be messing up. Brick Savage. That I'd say out of all the matches, Brian Keith 2 and Gino, I think the Brick Savage match, because I've already wrestled him once, but it was in a tournament, so I was already kind of half dead.
Yeah.
And he killed everybody, so I would like this one. He would take his jacket off. So that's how I knew he just walked through the tournament.
He's intense.
Take it off until the end. He take it off until the end. He took it off in the finals.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Brick Savage match. That's the match where I'm like, if I beat him, I think I'd be undeniable. Like, I think I'd be undeniable, bro. I think straight up beat him 1, 2, 3. Like, I think I'd be undeniable, bro. There wouldn't be nobody to be like, you know what, this guy beat Brick Savage, and and you beat him, like, you know. I think that would be the match for me personally. I don't think I'm ready for Brick Savage right now, especially because he's like 300 fucking pounds. So I'm still.
He just bodied T-Ray. Like, who does that?
I'm still trying to figure all that out, and the only thing I can think of is to get bigger. Like, that's the only thing I can think of, just get way stronger. But his strength, my strength, even at my highest, that's still two different strengths. So yeah, I would love that match with Brick Savage again. I love that rematch.
Yeah, you named a lot of great names and a lot of guys and gals who are on the same card as you often.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of those matchups soon. I personally think you and Mysterious Q would tear the house down, because every match Q is in, I feel like, is insane and next level. You know, there's levels to it, and he's one of the best in Texas right now. And Brian Keith, is there anywhere that this guy's not champion? Like, I feel like he has all the belts.
Man, he goes viral almost every weekend.
Yeah, I see this dude traveling the country with a new belt every week. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Goes viral every single week, man. I'm happy for him, man. It's cool to see someone same skin color as me to be as successful as he is in this business. So I appreciate that, and I love to see it. And I hope other people see it the same way too. Like, if you see somebody your same race killing it and doing it, that means you can too. So that's a real cool thing to see.
Definitely. Definitely. I had that moment as a kid when I saw Muhammad Hassan. But then I found out he's Italian.
Oh well.
And also they always just portrayed him as a terrorist.
Yes.
All he asked for was equal rights. All he wanted was equal treatment. And the Undertaker would attack him. Okay.
Yeah, WWE nowadays, man. No chill.
No, definitely not. But now we got guys like Mansoor and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, people who really represent.
Aliyah. Yeah. Exactly. Great representation.
People who represent, bro, who really represent them.
Have you seen that meme that every time a black wrestler wins a championship, Brock Lesnar?
Oh yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to win the championship. Oh, his music hit. I'm like, I'm gonna run out like Slim Punk. You ain't never seen me, man. You never seen me again. I'm fine. But knowing Brock, he would have caught me. He would have been like, "Where you going, boy?"
Yeah,
So
I don't get like what they're like. All right, Brock's the guy to end these champions reigns.
after the American Championship, come on, Brock, take him back. Show him who's the boss.
Oh my god.
Oh snap. Oh man, but yeah, I used to do stand-up comedy. So if you ever wondered why I'm
Really?
yeah, I've only done it like once. The other
Oh.
times I just didn't even record them, and I wasn't as funny, and that's okay. I still want to do it again. I'll probably be on Kill one day.
I feel like you got many talents because you did mention that you used to make music for a bit.
Oh, I did.
And yeah, you would drop songs. How did you what made you interested in making music in general?
Actually, my friends all made music in high school, and they used to roast me because I used to write poetry and stuff. And if anyone knew me through high school, I knew I wrote poetry and stuff. And they used to be like, "Nah, this wouldn't go on a beat, bro. This wouldn't be good, X, Y, and Z." But it wasn't until like 2020 during the pandemic I just released my first song, and it was okay. But just like one of my trainers told me, he was like, "Bro, it's your first song. Who cares? Like, like you remember your first match?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Imagine if you continued, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right." But I think really what it was I think I was doing music for the wrong reason, man. That's all. And now I have a different outlook on music. I literally would only do music for free. Like if it gets me money and stuff, that's cool. Hey, sweet. Yeah. But like signing a contract, stuff like that, man, not really for that.
Oh man, that's is there anywhere where people can find your first song?
It's on SoundCloud. I would put it in my bio right after this so people can listen to it. So
okay,
if you really want to listen to it, I'll put it in my bio.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll also drop the link in the description once you know, I think this episode will probably be releasing next week. So we'll definitely plenty of time.
Oh snap. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Get a little tracky. I don't want people to listen to it like it ain't like that. Don't worry. It ain't like that.
Hey man, I'm always just down to check out, like, because people like yourself who have many talents, I just want to kind of see what they're like outside of wrestling and see what else they like to do and what else they can create, because that's what wrestling is. It's art, right? It's an art form.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, you have many art forms. You have the comedy, that's an art form as well. You have music, so you're not just a wrestler in general, you're an artist.
Yes. What I was gonna say, I did professional gaming as well. So I played Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U for from 2015 till the new one came out. So 2019, right? Something like that. And then I started playing the new one, and then the pandemic happened, and I didn't like playing online. But Tekken 8 is coming out, and Street Fighter 6 is out. So I'm waiting for Tekken 8, and I'm coming back with a vengeance.
So you're a fighting game fan?
Yes, sir. All
right. Me and you one day will have to chop up the new Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh,
do not get me started on Mortal Kombat, bro.
Dude,
I used to stream Mortal Kombat 11.
Really, bro?
Yeah.
I would love to stream that. I would love to stream Mortal Kombat with someone. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Who's your main?
I play in 11. I play with Scorpion, and 10 and X. I play with Raiden, and then 9 I played with Johnny Cage.
You know, in 10, I felt like Raiden was so hard for me. I could not get him down.
Really?
10 my guy was Aaron Black. 11 my guy was Aaron
Black.
Oh
my god, Aaron Black was complicated. Are you serious?
I don't know.
He had so many different weird variation moves inputs. So I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I just loved it, because he's great close. He has a great range. You know, everything was cool about him.
I bet you never Green Arrow on Injustice.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a zoner. So.
Yeah. Oh my god, you ain't seen nothing. And when you see high level play of Green Arrow, I was like, I'm putting it just
yeah.
Play me in Tekken, buddy. Play me in Street Fighter 2, bro. I'm good.
Yeah. Who's your Smash Bros main?
Since day one, Samus.
Oh,
Haven't moved since. Been Samus since day one.
dang. I remember trying to join a Smash Bros. Club in college, and they were so freaking good, I cannot do anything, so I just quit.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been through that though. I've been through there, and then after like 3 or 6 months, bro, you're gonna be just as gnarly as they are because you got all their tricks, and then you're gonna start playing with them so much, bro. I've been down this road. It like you get killed first, and then you figure out your stuff. Because I found like an 8-hour video of everything Samus can do in Smash 4. So I was like, bro, I'm learning all of this right now. So I had a side by side. So I had like a TV, I was watching Raw, and I had another TV where I was watching playing the game. And then on the floor, I had a laptop where the 8-hour video is playing. So I'm just like,
oh my god,
watching Raw, watching like.
That's literally how I felt at PWF Anarchy during your match. I had to look everywhere because there's so much stuff going on. That's awesome.
Yeah, great time.
No, definitely. You know, when this episode's released, I guess I could talk about it now. I'm actually about to release a video with it, a Mortal Kombat times wrestling comparison video. It's like matching characters with their wrestling equivalent. And I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. A lot of Mortal Kombat fans off. I'm gonna piss a lot of wrestling fans off.
Are you gonna put me as the Great Kung Lao?
Actually, you know who I put as Kung Lao?
I'm bald. Look, he's bald. I'm bald. Bro, we go hand in hand. All I gotta do is put the red thing on my head.
Yeah.
Great Kung Lao, bro.
No, everyone's gonna be a little bit surprised who I put for Kung Lao. I won't spoil it, but just be on the lookout. That's really cool, man. It was a really fun video to make. I'm still working on it. But who would you say in that spirit, I guess, who is the video game character that closest embodies Jus Nic?
Video game character, huh? I'd say probably Nathan Drake from Uncharted. That's like one of the closest ones I can get to because I really do like Indiana Jones. So those two, they're like pretty much hand in hand. They're two sides of the same coin. But yeah, I'd say, Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake was one guy where I was like, I'd literally act like him throughout like high school, like and college and stuff. So yeah, shout out to Nolan North.
Shout out. And were you a fan of the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland?
I never watched that piece of crap. Nathan Drake is at least like 5'11". That boy like 5'4", dog.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, they did Uncharted dirty. But yeah.
Dirty.
Nick, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on the Wrestling Podcast. This has been so much fun, bro.
This was great, bro. I would do it again. If you want me on here again, bro, let me know. That would be fun, bro. This was a great time. People got to actually figure out a little bit about me, and so I appreciate you reaching out and wanting to interview me, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the kind words, and that's really why we do it. It's to get to know the wrestlers themselves, because there's so much more than just an athlete, or someone who steps in a ring and just cool moves. They're legit people with cool stories to tell, and they are cool people themselves. And maybe I'm hoping to reach out to Kenny Calypso soon. Maybe if we get him on, we can get both of you on at the same time.
And I'm telling you, we can do a live interview whenever, and me and him. And we can do that together, dude. Like that'd be real cool. I'd be really talk to him about it. So just let me know, man. It would be great.
Definitely. Well, I'll be seeing you tomorrow at Texas Contender Series 21. Jus Nic, where can the people find you on social media?
Alrighty, chills. So, like I said, I know it's Dotar Sojad. I know, kids. I know. But
we gotta get that chant going.
TARSOJAT_. Easy. That's my Instagram. Now, if you want to find me on Twitter, it's a little different. It's __red REDD XOF. That is my Instagram and Twitter. I am on Twitter saying my usual funny stuff and posting my wrestling stuff. And Instagram, I usually post on my story, but I will be posting more on Instagram. So
Wonderful, wonderful. And just to finish off, I want to give you the opportunity right now. What's one thing you could say to anyone listening out there? What is your message, Jus Nic?
So I like to say, man, you gotta believe, bro. You gotta believe in yourself. You got to, bro. I've always believed in myself. There have been doubts, but wrestling only confirmed everything that I've been telling myself through high school, through middle school. Like, hey, bro, you're good. You're good, bro. You're good. Even through all those times, and wrestling only like made me like realize like, yes, this is it. This is my thing. So if you feel like there's something out there for you that you feel like, oh man, I'd be really good at this, you probably will be. Like, there's the most guaranteed that you will be good at it. So you gotta work hard. You gotta not look at the hours. You just gotta go until the lights go off and you're like, oh man, I'm tired. I can't go no more. I've been there before. Trust me, I've been in training where I have been completely drained out of each and every energy. And I come back home and I just sit in my car like this. Cause how juiced I was, man. My grandma, God rest her soul, she used to be like, how'd it go? I used to be like, dog. You're gonna have to help me, dog. But besides that, man, you gotta believe, man. You gotta believe. And if you believe and you work hard, and I know a lot of people say that, but trust me, I've done it, and I'm doing it. So just if you want to follow me on my journey, I'm sure you'll see it in yourself as well. And because people always ask me for merch now. People are asking me merch now, and I've been trying to come up with an idea of how can I sell a shirt without just being a guy with, hey, come buy my shirt, so I wanted to provide a solution, and I still don't know what it would be, but just, maybe an empowering shirt for somebody and stuff. So it won't be just, just a shirt, just a regular shirt, So my message to everyone is man, if you have something and you believe you can be really good at it, go do it. Put your 100% into it. And I promise you will only see good things. Probably bad, most likely some bad stuff, but I'm sure you can get over it like I did. So, excuse me, but yeah.
Jus Nic, thank you once again. You're an amazing person, and I wish you the best of luck with everything you're doing right now. The best of success in wrestling and everything outside of that as well. Good luck in the Texas Contender Series tournament. And as always, my guys, stay restless.
See y'all, man. Love you. Fucking, that did The Rock.
Yes, sir.
Did The Rock. Jay-Z.